Hey, I gotta go to Lowe's to get you guys a new toilet. What kind you want?
Toilet?
I mean, do you want a Kohler? You want an American Standard? Do you want an oval? Do you want elongated? Do you want a high chair seat? Do you want a lower seat? Do you want a super flush? You want low flush? What kind do you want?
No, it's just a toilet.
All right. So if it's just a toilet, why do they have 40 of them at Lowe's? What kind of toilet did she say she wanted? This was on sale here at Lowe's. $189. Elongated, chair height, slow close, which is good, and 1.28 gallons per flush. Not as much water. And it's on sale. Winter, winter, chicken dinner. This is it. So I'm in the kids' rooms, and this is our current situation. I have two teenage kids, an older boy, 17, and a younger daughter, 15. And one sink is just not cutting it. So they want dual sinks. They want a big vanity with double sinks. And I think I can do that. But there is one problem, major problem. Okay, so herein lies the problem. Is our new vanity is 60 inches. So you can see I made a mark here. So I'm gonna make it closer to the toilet. So our new vanity is 60 inches. And then I have to have 30 inches from there to the wall because I need 15 inches to the beginning of the toilet, middle of the toilet, and then 15 inches from the middle of the toilet to the wall. So from there, I have exactly 30 inches. So that means I need to move this toilet, because as you can see, this is my 60 inches is where my vanity is going to go to, is that this toilet is in the way. So Stephanie always says, we had a pastor back home at our church in Florida, and he said, and Stephanie loves this quote, is that your comfort is the enemy of your calling. And this is so out of my comfort zone that I have never done this before. I'm not a plumber. I don't do plumbing. And so this is going to be new for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this toilet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break up the tile around where the flange is at. And I'm hoping and praying that the plumbing runs this way. And that what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut back the tile, cut back the subfloor. I'm going to move the flange over to where it needs to be. Okay, so I need to call Stephanie because this does not run the way I thought it was running. This runs this way, this pipe. And our floor joists, I know, run this way because it's a manufactured home. So I know that the joists run this way, which means that to move that, I would have to somehow cut the pipe on the other side of that joist and move it over and then re-put it in there. And that's not going to happen. I don't have enough room. I don't know where the other joist is at. I'm just opening up a whole can of worms that I don't think I want to get into. So, okay, I just talked to Stephanie. I just talked to my daughter, and they're pretty gung-ho on this two sink thing. So what I'm going to do is on the other side of this wall, there's actually, from my daughter's room, there's like a crawl space area that you can go back in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in there and see if I can find where the joists are at. So there is our floor joist. Like I said, I know they're running that way. Here's pipe. So where's that vent? All right, so here's the vent. It's probably really hard to see, but anyways. So there's the vent. Ooh, you know what? I can probably see it from over there. Let me try not to put my foot through the ceiling again like I did it to get my job. Maybe I could get a better job if I put my foot through the ceiling. And these are running 24 on centers. Okay, well that might be a good thing if they're 24 on centers, but so that one's 14 inches from That is where that is. Okay, let me see if I can go find that. Okay. So if I level this down, that's that side of it. Let's do this side of it. Okay. So we had said that this was 3 inches to that side, and this would be 24 to this side of it, 24. So the other joist is way back in there. Just talked to Eric, and I'm thinking I can do this. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think I can do it. I think if I rip this piece of tile out, that piece of tile out, I think I can just, because the pipe goes that way, I think I can just shift this over here. And the only problem I'm going to run into is maybe putting some subfloor back, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start ripping this tile out right here and see what's going on. This may be super dumb. Super dumb, but hey, comfort is the enemy of your calling. I guess this is my calling, so I'm going to get at it right now.
Good day. You head to the lake tonight?
Nope.
Why not?
I have to do an ad for the Woodworkers Guild of America.
Woodworkers? They will let anybody call themselves a woodworker,
Come on,
evidently.
dude, come on.
You?
I've been getting better. But on a serious note, Woodworkers Guild of America is your online resource for woodworking instructions, ideas, and information. It's a community where passionate woodworkers like myself come together to express their creativity and master their craft. Woodworkers Guild of America is always creating new premium videos to keep you coming back for more and help you stay inspired. So I know I'm new to this whole woodworking thing, but a couple of topics I thought were really cool were like cabinet making and furniture building. Obviously would be great for the channel. Shop setup, I could definitely see things I did and didn't do in my shop that could help me hone my shopping a little bit better. And then one thing that was really cool was understanding wood, which, just knowing what woods to use and what woods not to use in certain applications. So I think woodworking is such a cool way to experience the satisfaction and joy of building something truly one of a kind with your own 2 hands. Don't worry, I did not forget about you. Of course, I have a special offer for you. So listen up. The first 1,000 of you to click the link in the video description below will get a full year of membership to the Woodworkers Guild of America. Listen, for only $1.49. Yes, $1.49 for a full year of premium membership. So thanks to Woodworkers Guild of America for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back to some action. You don't have to be a professional to be on there. You can be an amateur like me.
Evidently.
So I took just a little bit of this subfloor out, thinking that if I got into this and I wanted to turn back, I wouldn't have gone too far because I just got one little thing cut out. So I can stick my hand in here, and like I said, pretty close. It's like right here is that other joist. So the other joist now is way underneath there. So I think if I pull these 2 out and maybe take that one out, or take just the tile out and leave the subfloor here, that way I have something to nail to better. Well, no turning back now. But I am feeling a lot better, really, because if you get in here, you can see that there's my phalange and there's my pipe, and I got a lot of room back to that other joist. So I think I'll have plenty of room to cut it, and then all I'm going to do is just 45 it, or whatever I need to do, over to the flange here. Got the pipe cut off. I don't know exactly where. I might have to cut it back a little bit farther to get me over to my spot, but I just kept as much pipe as possible for now, just so I didn't hornswoggle myself. So I need a 3-inch 45, and then I'm going to need a new flange, new 93-inch, and then hopefully I'm going to have enough room to put a little piece in. So I'm going to need 2 couplers and a little bit of 3-inch pipe. I mean, minimal 3-inch pipe. And if I have to cut it back a little bit, I can. That's no big deal. So that's step 1. I need to go into town and get all that. And then the next step after that is I need to start putting this floor back. So it's about 1 3/8 or so around. And I need to get back up to this level. Because remember, this Cali floor is going on top of that. So all this subfloor needs to get up to this level. So 1 3/8. Okay, I got all my parts, I believe. Now this flange is a little bit different than the one that was here. The one that I had went over this bell. But I'm thinking in is just as good because this 90 bell isn't going to change the size. So it being in there, I think is all right. So this is going to go in the 90 like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some flooring and I'm going to put the flooring on top of this. And that way I know my height. And that way I'll take the flooring out and I'll put the flooring kind of underneath this when I'm doing it. And that way it'll be at the right height and it'll be the full length of the full flange there, I think is the best case scenario. But first thing I need to do is I need to figure out where this is going to go. So this 45 up here it is going to go on that existing pipe. And I'm just trying to make sure that if I get it back there far enough is the only problem. If I'm going to be able to get it back far enough to where this is going to line up. I think if I cut this flush right here and then slide this all the way on, I think I'll get back far enough to where I can get this piece to go on. I think I have it where I want it. So that will go down like that. As long as that's level, which it is, and as long as this is pitching downhill, which it is, and that's all connected. So I'll move that. So I think that's what I want right there. So let me do this again. Let me just double check and make sure this is pitching downhill. Now I can't really get on it. I guess I'm on it there. Okay. So that needs to go up to be level. So yeah, it's pitching downhill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some marks on here. Like so. Just so I know that this thing is going where I want it to go. The way it's supposed to go back. So, and then what I'll do is I will not put this piece on. I'll get everything where I want it. And then I'll put the subfloor in. And I'll put my flooring down. And then I'll put this back last. Leveled, screwed to the ground where I want it to make sure that it's awesome. Okay. I think I'm feeling confident on that one. I mean, it's not like it's high pressured or anything like that. Everything's rolling downhill. Everything's going to get glued up real tight. And then now I just need to make sure that I got my... I'm dead on 15 right to the center of that pipe. And that's what I'm shooting for is 15. So, good. Okay, feeling good. Because this joist is so close there, I think what I'll do is I'm going to pack out this joist with some nailers out this way. And then what I'll do is I'll just somehow screw a nailer onto the back and then put some pieces in on the sides. And I think that will be definitely sufficient. So I probably need... Now they have another block in there. Another nailer thing in there that's kind of been my way. So my first piece I'm going to do like 16 and then I'll do like 2 12s to pack it out and 2 6s to pack it out. So a 16, 2 12s, 2 6s. Let me get that, nails or some screws and my drill, get that all in there, and then from there I'll figure out what's going to happen next. I think as Jamie would say, that's one way to do it. But I am 100% confident that that's going to be just fine to hold the subfloor. I got these pieces screwed all the way back to this joist. And then what I did here is and this is not probably the best way to do it, but I broke a little bit of the tile off and I screwed through this subfloor into these pieces. But no one's going to be walking back there. You know, it's just the toilet. So toilet And then the vanity's gonna be here, so no one's gonna be walking back there, so I'm not worried about anything moving around. It's just people sitting on it. And what I'll do is I'll make sure when I put the subfloor down, I'm gonna put tons of Lexel on all of that material. So that way it all kind of adhere together, so that way when people do sit down, you're not gonna hear any. I'm looking for 1 3/8 inches. So here I have, this is supposed to be 3/4. So 3/4, 3/4, 1.5 inches. It might be a little bit bigger than that. So I think with this, some Lexel in between the 2 layers put on, I think is gonna be super, super close to what I need. So I'm gonna rip this down to 11 3/8, I think I said, by 23 3/8. Uh-oh. What was this, 11 and a... Shoot! I might have to go back up. That's why I'm probably in good shape, because I keep forgetting crap. I have to go back up and remeasure. So 11.5 by 23 3/8. I'm going to make 2 sheets of that. I'm going to put them together, Lexel them together, and nail them. Jamie would be so proud of all those nails. Once I had that made, I took it upstairs and made some marks so I could get the hole cut out for the phalange. So my cut was not totally square there, so I had to make a couple modifications, but I think I got it now, so I'm not even gonna test it. I'm just gonna do it. So I'm gonna get some Lexel, rocking and rolling in there. Good blobbage. Again, this is just because I don't want anything to squeak. You know, when you sit down, I just want it to be nice and solid. Oh, Jamie would be proud of me. All that Lexel. You know how he loves his Lexel. Okay, I think that's good. All right, so let's put this bad boy in. Hopefully it goes down in there. Okay, now I'm gonna suck it down with some screws. It's a little high in a couple spots, but the floor is not perfect. So I think for the most part, on average, it's really good. I'm really happy on that. So I'm gonna put a couple more screws in, and I'm gonna put some more Lexel down in these cracks just to seal them up. Alrighty, that's her. Centered up. Okay, I guess the next thing to do is to get this vanity out of here. I'm gonna take these baseboards off. I was gonna leave them, but they're pretty jacked. So take the baseboards off, start putting that Cali flooring, get the flooring done. And then once that's done, I can put the toilet back, get the new vanity up here. Now the new vanity is gonna be a trick because I only have 1 drain. Whereas if it was meant for 2, it would have 2 drains, but I only have 1. And of course, double sink vanities have a divider in the middle, so I'm gonna have to somehow modify that vanity to where I can get both drains to go into that 1 drain line. So it's gonna be a trick, but I'm not quite there yet. I got a bunch of stuff to do to get to that point, but hi. Wanted to show you the bathroom.
Okay. Hey, doggy step.
Check it out, check it out.
Wah, wah, wah.
Getting at this toilet flange, and this is my first one I've ever done. So I got my subfloor, not my subfloor, I got my final floor down. And so what I'm going to do is I got this in where I want it. I made some marks on here and on the floor, so I know I put it back the same way. And this thing is pretty rigid, but what I'm doing is I'm pulling it up as high as I can. I'm gonna glue it really good, and then once it's glued and it's solid, then I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna screw it down to the floor. I got a bit that'll go into the tile in the front, and then I'm just gonna do a wood screw in the back. And that way I can make sure, because this pipe is not totally flat, level. So once it's solid, I'll put that down there and then I can just screw it down to where it needs to go to make sure that it's totally level flat. Okay, so it's imperative, that's a big word I know, that I get the front of this to go down because this is higher than the back and it needs to get sucked down. So I got this bit from Jono, it's a diamond bit to cut the tile, because remember underneath here there's a little bit of tile here where I put that scab in there, so I want to hit that tile. Alright, I think I'm going to put the toilet in. Because my son, my daughter's on vacation, but my son's here, and he doesn't have a bathroom. So I figured maybe if I get the toilet done, at least he can just use it. There's a toilet, American Standard. Let's get that thing unboxed and put her in. I know not everybody's a fan of sealant or on the toilet, but I think it looks way better. So I'm going to hit it with some clean seal. Hey, thanks for hanging out and watching today's video. I'm super stoked that I got that toilet moved. I was a little bummed in the beginning. I didn't think it was going to happen, but hey, I persevered and made it happen. So if you're a DIYer, maybe you learned something on this video. If you're a professional plumber, I apologize. That was definitely Jay's way of doing things. But hey, it looks great. It's functioning, and I couldn't be happier. So, but stick around for the next video. I got a lot more to do. I got that vanity to go in. Again, I have to modify that before it goes in. I got a little problem with the water, where the water comes in for the toilet. Needs to be moved also. And I got a lot more to do in that bathroom to finish it off. So stick around for the next one. Thanks for watching this one. Hey, remember, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It helps me out greatly. You can hit the bell, get notifications of videos that are coming out. And as always, like the videos. So hey, I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.